11:28 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast in the United States of America. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I wanted to bring you an update. Make sure everybody realizes that the futures does open today. Before we get into this article and the charts, I wanted to go over some memes from my buddy, my pal, one of the original OGs, UB2B. I call him UB2Sob, but he's UB2B on Twitter. You guys need to check it out. Here's his Twitter page. He's up to 33 followers now. I believe a lot of you need to follow this verbatimly because it's so beautiful. CryptoFX, Farcon, Matt, Patcon, and 13 others that I know are following UB2B. So this is one of the ones he put up just on his page. When the wife gives you lemons, make her lemonade. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. There's so much detail, so much attention in this cloud art and just his general art and the things he does for my station. It's phenomenal. And then I wanted to go into some of the stuff he's mentioned me in. So, I want you join Tom's Army. I love these so much. I meant to do it last night, but then I kind of got away from me. This is the one that started it all, the original Tom's Army. If you guys go to Facebook, XRP Future Millionaire, millionaire spelled, I believe, with one I. I was trying to keep people from finding it, but a bunch of people found my page on Facebook. Just something I used randomly. So if you want to follow me there, you type in XRP Future Millionaire on Facebook and look for this. Tom's Army, the original logo. UB2B, thank you for the Merry Christmas. To Tom's Army and the T-Fam. What a guy this guy is. In your profile on Twitter and YouTube. Yeah, I love it. Hashtag FUD Assassins. This is what I was talking about earlier. I seen this in his thing, and the FUD Assassins would be so great. Say, bah, humbug, I dare you. Ho, 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 FUD Assassins. Stuff is fantastic. Merry Christmas from the FUD Assassins. UB2B. That was a chart about Solo, which it dumped after the airdrop, which we would have expected. Beware the FUD Association. Only a slow death awaits. UB2B5. Beware of the FUD Association. They bring only distraction. That's what I mean. He's so on the money. It's brilliant. This is so brilliant. And then we went through some of these yesterday. Here, let's read this one too. Truth will resonate in the hearts of those willing to listen. UB2B. I encourage you guys, check my video description and follow UB2B. He deserves it. Listening doesn't cast a thing. Why didn't I just listen to Tom's word? He tried so hard to warn me. I couldn't have avoided all my losses. Join Tom's Army and the T-Fam. God, I love that one. UB2B. We'll get to more of those later. I love opening the segments with that. So thank you, UB2B. I really appreciate you, homie. So Bitcoin is worse than a Ponzi scheme and can never end, Oxford University scholar says. And this came out December 25th, today, 12:11 a.m., I believe. Robert Macaulay, an associate member of the Faculty of History at the University of Oxford, has suggested that despite Bitcoin being touted as the biggest performing asset of 2021, the number one ranked cryptocurrency is worse than the infamous Ponzi scheme. In an opinion article published by the Financial Times, Macaulay noted that comparing Bitcoin to the Ponzi scheme is an understatement because both do not have the same endgame and constitute a deeply negative sum. The scholar suggested that investors who opt to purchase Bitcoin are not guided by the goal of generating an income, but it is a zero coupon for long-term returns as it promises nothing. According to Macaulay, Bitcoin has no fundamentals for investors to make money unless they sell their holdings to another person. Furthermore, he projected that Bitcoin collapse would be more catastrophic than the Ponzi scheme and triggered several factors. And it's true, guys. Bitcoin, you're buying it in hopes that somebody's dumb enough to buy it for more. If you're looking at an ISO 20022 coin for a long-term hold, that's one thing. But Bitcoin, we're going to see in the near future, leading from now to 2025, why Bitcoin is not what it's made out to be. And when Michael Saylor and MicroStrategies owns majority Bitcoin, there's a problem. Notably, he cited the crash of stablecoins, pegged on the dollar as a critical weak point for Bitcoin. Macaulay opines that the collapse of stablecoins with a significant market size can easily disrupt the entire crypto ecosystem. These unregulated money market funds have been sold as dollar stand-ins with safe assets that match their outstanding liabilities. Given the lack of regulation and disclosure, it is not hard to imagine a big stablecoin breaking the buck, said Macaulay. He added that Bitcoin's cash flow is similar to a penny stock pump and dump scheme that builds on the Ponzi scheme. The scholar insinuated that investors acquire Bitcoin, which he termed as worthless, and it taps into the desire for making profits. Elsewhere, Macaulay believes that Bitcoin will have an ongoing cycle of pumping and dumping with fear of missing out as a catalyst. Consequently, he thinks the cycle will lead Bitcoin to have a different ending, unlike Ponzi schemes. He also pointed out that Bitcoin is a resource-intensive asset that differs from the Ponzi scheme. Macaulay notes that Bitcoin's power consumption through mining is a concern that makes it more disastrous than the Ponzi schemes. Only miners are benefiting. Like the Ponzi scheme, Macaulay noted that only a few people in the Bitcoin ecosystem benefit. He signaled out miners, maintaining that they are guaranteed profits as long as the network is still running. With Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto remaining anonymous, Macaulay stated in case of losses, investors will have no central person to pursue their lost money. Macaulay now adds to the number of scholars who have dismissed Bitcoin's position in the financial system, as recently reported by Finbold, Cornell University senior professor of internal policy Aswar Prasad suggested that the asset's existence might not last long. According to Prasad, Bitcoin lacks efficiency and inability to facilitate payments. It's so true. So true. So I wanted to start out with, for my buddy Sniper, RMRK. It's had a tiny little rally. We got over the 30-minute time frame, so I thought it was a crucial time to put this out, Sniper. If we hold this $38.51, it could institute a pump up to this $39.97 and possibly, and I don't want to keep this here now, I want to bring this up here. Well, we'll bring it here because we have two levels to clear, but I believe it would go $38.51, $39.97, and then we'd have to clear $41.90, $42.38 to get to the $45.25. If we don't hold this 30-minute time frame, Sniper, we'll come down to $33.93 in all likelihood. The only spot we could possibly stop is $35.93, so that's RMRK. FSW, if you look, we're touting a pump, hoping that it can hold this for anybody who's looking at it. Well, we're not touting, but we're saying if it holds this 4.3, we can come all the way back up to the 30-minute time frame, which is at 5.7, so over 5.5 cents. If it fails to hold this 4.3 area, we'll come down likely to 3.83, but I think we would come down to 3.090. There is a big pump that could happen if we can break out of the 30-minute time frame. First area would be 6.6. Second area, 7.2, and then the cream of the crop up here at 8.4. I'm not saying it's going to go up there. I'd be looking for that first area if we can hold this. But with the market conditions, we very well could come back down and double bottom. And then STN. We're well over the 30-minute time frame, Sniper, and we talked about this when it got down and rode over that we could possibly have a pump if it held that $1.53, which it did. Came all the way up to our $1.94 target, which we all know we've updated on this. We came back down through the $1.78, so we're going to want to hold that $1.78. Otherwise, it's going to propel us back down to $1.69. And if $1.69 doesn't hold, because this looks like an elevated right shoulder, this is probably going to come back to $1.53 and probably $1.37 at the end of this. So be very careful with those three, Sniper. There is chances for pumps on all three, but if they don't hold these very critical levels, two of them could fall through the 30-minute, and one of them could come back down to the 30-minute. Bitcoin reclaimed 50,000. It's down 133 points, but it did bounce off, and it's in the short-term moving averages. This is what we talked about earlier. Can we make a move off of 49.974, or was it going to get rejected? Right now, it looks like it's probably a fake out, seeing that the volume is crashing as it made this little move up. So we went like this and went up. Well, the volume went down, so that's very bearish. So I would look for the support at 49.974, likely not to hold and fall down through. If it does hold, we would be looking at a pretty nice push up. Like I said before, we could come up to that 52,906 if we can hold this area. It's just going to be very difficult with this lack of volume. XRP, it's the same deal. Unfortunately for XRP, we can't get up to the 30-minute time frame with any consistency. The volume has slagged. Even though we're coming up a little bit, the volume has died off. So this indicates that we're at a further momentum to push down to try to find a better support structure so we can get some more volume to push over these very heavy resistance areas. To me, it looks like it's building a right shoulder. Even if you go out into the 4 hour, it looks like it's on a right shoulder, a bear pennant. And I think it's pretty clear when we drop down here. That's a bear pennant, and it should continue to the downside. If it breaks that, it would go there, and then if it breaks that, you'd be down at the 50-something cents. Well, I missed it by a little bit, but you get what I'm saying. So that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm feeling. Make sure to hit that like button and honor me by joining Tom's Army so I can talk to you personally on Telegram.